Framingham Public Schools is partnering with Parent Square to communicate and engage with our FPS community. Download the app in either the App Store or Google Play Store through the QR codes on the screen or with the links in our show notes. Stay involved with your students' learning activities at school from anywhere. All right, hey everybody. Bob Tremblay at the Bobcast. I have two special guests in the audience today. I have Marybeth, Dr. Marybeth O'Brien, and eventually Dr. Amy Bright. We're working on that.
Working on it.
Working on it. Welcome.
I've been waiting for this.
You
Yeah,
have.
we were
You've
Since
studied.
we were rescheduled.
Yeah, sorry about that. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're enjoying our new set, the comfy chairs.
Nice and soft.
Thanks to Access Framingham. So, Marybeth, I'm going to begin with you. Tell me about yourself. What do you do in the Framingham Public Schools?
So I have the fortune of working with you and Amy as the Director of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment. This is the start of my third year, my second year in this role. And previous to that, I served 1 year as the principal at Hemingway. So this being my 20th year, the previous 17 I spent in the Brockton Public Schools. I was born, raised, and went back and taught there. I was a fourth grade teacher for many, many years, then a curriculum specialist, and then went on to be an assistant and then the principal of a school, that is always going to be like the heart and soul of the work that we do. So that's what started me off in education. And then my family, helped me to pivot. Right.
Okay.
So the reason I left Brockton was life just comes your way for things that are, expected but unexpected. I ended up moving to the town of Upton, in good Hallmark movies.
City girl meets the farm hand guy. And
he wasn't really a farmhand, thank God. And then, we have two amazing children, almost 3 and 8 months.
Fantastic. And meanwhile, you also did a doctoral program along the way, in addition to taking on these added responsibilities and all those achievements. So great to have you here.
Thanks.
We'll hear from you more in a second. So Amy Bright and I have worked together for my entire time in the Framingham schools. But you were here before that and taught in a different state before coming to Massachusetts. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here.
So I am the assistant superintendent for pre-K through 12. So I oversee pre-K expansion and fine and performing arts and multilingual education, curriculum instruction and assessment, educational technology. So yes, I was here before, just a couple of things. So a couple of things on the docket. Before I was here, I did, I'm from here. So I grew up in Walpole, but moved to Jacksonville, Florida for quite a while. Did some things down there, teaching, coaching, administration, moved back, came to Stapleton before you came. And then when you came, I was thinking about doing different things. And then you were just coming on. I said, I'll give this guy a year to prove his worth so that I'll consider staying. And you did. And then you had asked if I would, in your first year, asked if I'd step into the role of director. Dr. Way had just left to go to Boston, and I said I would. And you said, you can go back. It's no big deal.
That wasn't really
then
the
you
truth,
lied.
though.
That was a big lie. And then at the end of that year, you said, can you stay on the team, help us move this work forward? And the vision and mission was there. So we had kind of gone as far as I could take Stapleton within the concept of the district. And so agreed to be part of the team. I chose Stapleton when I came back to Massachusetts with my family. I think, I specifically sought out Stapleton. It was exactly what I was looking for. It was smaller than I was looking for, but it housed the then program for emotional disabilities, which is close to my heart. So for that reason, yes. And now they have the whole program there. So yeah.
The heart and soul of our work, right, is teaching and learning. That's the most important thing we do. We do a lot of things in the Framingham schools, but the bulk of our work is in teaching and learning, the departments that you represent. When I first came to the district, there was a lot of inconsistency that existed in the district that we were trying to normalize, right? But what's different in your experience today than it was, say, 10 or 15 years ago when you started in this?
I think social media has had a huge impact on just how, technology period is different, and that can be good or bad. I think, kids' interaction with media, especially social media, gets them to a point of like instant gratification. And so I think that's really hard to compete with, say, 10 years ago when you're planning for a classroom activity or you're planning for tier 1 instruction and you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do with my class. Like the attention span is much shorter. And so like what are you doing in smaller bursts to keep the attention of, anywhere from 4 to 18-year-olds? I think that's a huge shift from the past 10 years for sure.
Marybeth, what have you seen?
I would say the thing I'm gonna lean into what hasn't changed.
Okay.
The need to love what you do, be calculated in what you do in a way that is tailored to the students in front of you, and not being afraid to like have fun. Today I was in 2 classrooms at Harmony Grove, and that's just that, right? Like leaning in, talking to students, figuring out what gets them excited, and then building your lessons or even your act in order to engage students. And I think that's why we go into teaching, because of those relationships and like that strong connection you have to help kids see the world through their own eyes and make it better. And I think that you just have to find your comfort zone with being able to do that, and then lean into the resources you have to get it done.
But do you think there is opportunity for teachers to have that sort of creative licensure? I mean, is there any truth to that?
Right now, our big focus, to your point, in the past, what was different in classrooms is that everybody did get to do their own thing. They could use whatever resources they wanted because they liked to teach something, or because this was, a pretty PowerPoint, I'm going to use this, or in this case, Google Slides, right?
Yeah.
However, now it's all about grade level standards and grade level curriculum. And what we want for all of our students in every single classroom is to make sure that they know we believe they can reach high expectations.
But the content is there, and it's like you're saying, going from class to class to class, there would be sort of a consistency of experience, but the way in which the lesson is taught can be a passion project.
I think it has to be a passion project, but at some point, like the changing landscape of who's in your classroom also, I think, is different. When you have yet to have the benefit of having a diverse class, I think you run the risk of like not being able to connect with your cultural humility and make connections and making things culturally relevant, and not assuming that everyone has that same experience. Educators now have to take that whole realm of experience and how they bring that to the classroom, which 10, 20 years ago, I don't think there was a big push, because the diversity of a classroom didn't represent like the awesomeness that it now does around language, around identity. I don't think it was as diverse.
Marybeth, in your role as curriculum instruction and assessment, what other kinds of things are happening, like say in assessments?
I'm wicked dorky. I love to talk about
I
this
know
stuff.
you do.
So in terms of assessment, yes, we use iReady in grades K to 8. Kindergarten gets tested twice a year, but it's a diagnostic test, and I'll explain that in a second. In grades 1 through 8, they're assessed 3 times a year. This is an assessment that pretty much gauges how our students are performing against the grade level standard, and it's predicative of how students are going to perform on MCAS, despite students only in grades 3 through 8 having to take the MCAS. In the earlier grades, we also use it as a dyslexia screener, which helps us through our MTSS process. So that's a nationally normed tool that's really important in helping us to give students what they need, which is an equity-based model, in real time. That's not the only assessment we give. That is, however, the core nationally normed diagnostic that we use. However, as we lift curriculum, there are formative assessments, which are real-time tools that are used for teachers to kind of do a check-in of, did students understand what I taught them today? And if yes, great, what's my next step? If not, so what's next for them? And then we're working actually currently both at the middle and high school level to work on common assessments. And what that means is that within each program, or each course, you would be assessed in a mid-year and a final that, again, is standards aligned, and it's common across all classes, so that we can get a better sense of how students are doing. And what we're doing for students is either supporting their growth and achievement in the standards, or that we need to take a different look at what we're doing because something's not working. And
Okay.
why is that?
So this calibration is really important, not only across the 9 elementary schools, the 3 middle schools, but even within the department, say at the high school, it's a large high school, so that's where the common assessments come into play as well. So what's the percentage of time that a student would spend in a typical class learning versus saying being assessed?
I mean, I would say every class period. So let's say an average class period is 45 minutes, right? 46 minutes at the middle school, for example, or like elementary, you would have to break down every core subject.
Mhm.
A formative assessment is a frequent check-in, or if I'm thinking like a math block, uh, a task or something, which is really a quick check. So that's 5 minutes.
Okay.
Right? So, like, think 5 minutes a period or 5 minutes a subject. Is that real time assessment tool that's used in order to gauge the effectiveness of your instruction? A larger scale assessment, that's maybe testing what you learn for a unit. That might be a class period. You would do something like that, which is really more of a cumulative from the beginning of your scope to the end of your scope for that unit. And similarly at the high school.
I think the challenge, right, is what, like, someone who, like, we were talking beforehand, like what TV shows we know. When people have conversations like, you're testing all the time, you're saying like an assessment, like a paper and pencil test that we're taking. Typically when people have this picture of all you do is test all day long, or there are testing seasons, right? Access testing for our emergent bilingual population takes a long time. MCAS takes days to administer. All those pieces, yes, to kind of get a scope and sequence of how are you doing over the course of a year, so there are no surprises at the end of the year.
So MCAS is this sort of hotly debated topic. Standardized tests generally are.
I think it really comes back to standards. And so standards are the forefront of the work that we do. Curriculum comes and it goes. We're on a 7-year review cycle where we review curriculum every 7 years. And so I think that regardless, the standards are the standards. MCAS tests standards. If you could have a way that was calibrated for schools to say, hey, Bobby met the standard in this. That also goes to beliefs about parents and how they were taught versus how we're taught. So, you were taught and received A through F. Standards-based grading says, can you show that you've met the standard after 1, 2, 20 attempts? I struggle with that myself. And I think there's a happy medium that exists somewhere. And I'm also cognizant of the fact that the federal government has MCAS as a requirement, right? We have MCAS as a requirement because we receive federal dollars. We receive money based on that we can demonstrate across a Commonwealth how schools are doing. I think there's a million reasons why it doesn't showcase the entire picture for a student, a teacher, or a school district. And I think there are lots of things that take a lot of time to implement that don't show up immediately in MCAS scores or accountability ratings. HMH, which is the name of the program we have in elementary, in 7 years, it may or may not be here because we'll look at literacy curriculum again, but the standard still will be. And so how are you teaching kids main idea and details in a certain grade level?
So for people who are thinking the curriculum has to just be this, what they may recall, right? The end of unit, this Friday spelling test. I mean, you think back when you were a kid in school, right? That's what I remember. I remember Friday spelling test with the white paper, and
Oh my gosh,
used to
I
have
got caught cheating on a spelling test
say more about that.
when I was in like first grade.
Who did you cheat from?
Blue.
Blue?
What do you think I cheated from?
Like the color?
Yeah.
The neighbor, the
That was-
desk
nope.
next to you.
Mm-mm.
Was it on the wall?
This will tell you how savvy I was. My mother always reminds me of the things I did in elementary school and can't believe that I'm in education. I put a crayon turned the right way
Oh,
so that you could see the word in the little pencil holder.
wow, that's
Because I was so nervous,
Is
I
that
couldn't
cheating or is that a
remember the
strategy?
UE. I would argue that it was a strategy, like using the things around the room to support me.
Okay.
And I should say the teacher at the time sort of knew that I was cheating because she was like, what are you looking at? She was not very kind. This is how much I remember it. And I then put it through the little holder and then out the hole in the back and then put my foot over the crayon so that I didn't get caught officially.
Wow. Very crafty.
Right?
Interesting. I'm just saying. Maybe we should
However,
seek
I
forgiveness.
think that's the most important thing to get across is how important the relationships are in order to get students to feel comfortable enough
Yeah.
to take risks in our classrooms and not feel like being right is the end all be all. So that goes to your assessment question. It goes to how has learning changed? I think our classrooms are much more comfortable spaces to bring out and affirm the identities of the students in our classrooms. And I know that in all of our conversations when we're talking about our work and what we need to do when we're conducting walkthroughs in classrooms, we are looking for the warmth, but we're also looking for that level of like how comfortable are students in taking risks
Mm.
and engaging with their peers, because that's a big thing. Nobody wants to be wrong in front of their peers or called out for cheating off of a crayon. So that I think is what has changed in education, to circle back to like your earlier conversation, because I think teachers, the heart they bring to the work today is slightly different in ways, because we have learned more and we have a better standard of excellence for what we expect in classrooms around collaboration among students, having students showcase who they are for their learning, and how do you really make it come alive.
That's great. And now here are some reminders from the Framingham Public Schools. Starting on Monday, December 23rd, all schools will be closed for winter recess. We hope you all enjoy the holidays with your family and friends. We will welcome students back to school on Thursday, January 2nd. On January 8th and January 9th, high school students will be participating in access testing. For those students not taking the tests, there will be a delayed start. Be sure to check your email for more information. Monday, January 20th, all schools will be closed in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. For high school students, Tuesday, January 21st through Friday, January 24th, you will be participating in midterms. These will all be early release days. Thursday, January 23rd is an early release day for elementary and middle school students for parent conferences. So are you up for a game?
Big fan of games.
I think so.
All right.
We're very competitive, though, so that-
It's the yay or nay game. If you've watched this Bobcast before, you sort of know what's coming. And so I'm going to give you some prompts, and then you're going to say yay or nay to each of these. You can elaborate. I think we have a little time for elaboration. There's no right or wrong answer. This is
I
just.
feel like there might be for you.
I mean, not
Just
really.
a little bit of judgment.
It's kind
but
of
go
like
ahead.
your view on the world, you know. All right, yay or nay? Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yay.
Nay.
Oh,
See, that was a judgment face he made. Did you see
Mm,
that?
I saw
I'm just
that.
One of
I'm just
us
trying to
is
figure out
judgmental.
especially
why.
around
I'm
literacy.
just trying to figure out why. All right, let's start with yay. You explain a little bit about why would you say yay?
Whatever gets a child to pick up a book and read is a yay.
Oh,
Okay.
yay for that. Yay for
Unlock,
that.
unlock the door.
And where did you come
Nay
from?
for
with
me
that?
personally.
Oh, nay for you personally. You
Yeah,
don't
but
like this people
yay.
series.
Oh, yeah. If that's the way the question's asked, then yes, yay.
Well, that's what I mean. There's not a specific way that.
I mean,
the
he has
question-
an awesome bookstore in Plainville. Like, what? Like, have you ever been there? It's amazing.
Have you seen the movies at all? The movies are good
Yes,
too.
I like the
They're
haven't
pretty
watched
fun.
any of the
Yeah.
movies. No.
I like when they
Sometimes
go out
movies aren't as good.
they go out for an ice cream, and the family and they get one ice cream cone, but it's the whole family, and they have a friend with them, and they're all sharing a lick of the ice cream cone. That's a little weird, but it's a
You
funny,
would
funny
never.
movie. Never. All right, peppermint mocha.
Oh,
It's that
nay.
time of
Nay.
year.
Nay.
Nay.
Wow.
Ew.
Okay. Why?
Because peppermint is so disgusting. Somebody in the office played a joke because I hate peppermint, but I like the spearmint lifesavers. You know how like people like she has like candy in her office and someone put peppermint and the spearmint in one jar together, and I was like, you had to like guess every time you pull it out. I just think peppermint's disgusting. It reminds me of toothpaste. Gross. Like it has a function in toothpaste, but
I
it
don't
just,
think I can tell the difference between peppermint and spearmint if you put the two in front of me.
What about mocha?
yeah, you would.
Ugh. Mocha.
Really?
It just makes my stomach
Now this
turn.
week in the office, we're gonna have to do like a challenge,
I think so.
just so you know the difference.
Snow days.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Mm.
So, are you
Nay for
speaking as a
you.
parent?
Nay
are you
for you,
speaking as
yay
a
for us.
teacher, or
I'm seeing for the general public, yay. Unless I have to work and the kids get it off, then it's a nay.
I think
Oh.
it is. So I'm going to be dorky again.
yeah?
I think when you live in New England, like snow days are like great memories from childhood, and they give you opportunities for things to like have a great experience with. When we go back to this whole idea of assessment, remember like the original fourth grade narrative was always about
Mhm.
tell a narrative about like your favorite day or something like that.
Oh, right. That
At
was
least just snow day gave you some
Yeah.
content.
right. How about icebreaker games?
So Amy has been knocking it out of the park lately with icebreaker games at some of our meetings and some of our professional learning sessions. And I
Yeah.
have to say, if it's a good one, right, you can really get people warmed up. So I like them.
So you're a yay for her.
I'm a yay based on recent experience courtesy of Amy Bright.
Okay. And Amy, are you?
I am a yay when done well.
All right. Cartoons. Yay or nay? Cartoons.
Nay.
Okay. Nay for. We'll come
Nay.
back.
Long pause.
Nay. I'm sensing a lot of negativity here today. How do you nay to cartoons? Amy Bright.
No, I think, all right, so like yay, when we were watching the same 4 channels on our TV when we were little.
Okay.
Like yay, like Sunday morning. You know what I mean?
Super Friends or
Yeah, like
Wonder Twin
yay.
Powers activate.
Yeah,
Right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a yay. I don't know, like SpongeBob SquarePants. I hate SpongeBob SquarePants. Like I just hate it. I won't even let my kids watch it. I hate it.
All right, so cartoons. No,
but I like old. I guess like old school cartoons. Yay.
Okay, so again, back to the nostalgic days. There's
Yeah.
you know, and you said nay also very quickly, and you have young children too. So
Yeah.
so what? So really, what happens at your house?
Have you met Miss Rachel? She's excellent. Baba Blast, another excellent one. Leo's pretty cerebral.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When I got him as
What was her name that drove the magic school bus? What about her?
Miss
Miss Frizzle?
That was that one.
Oh,
That was interesting. It was
I
educational.
guess so. The magic school bus.
I don't know. My kids loved Little Einsteins. Little Einstein.
Oh, my daughter
was
liked
good.
that one. They
Was
loved
that a
Thomas the
cartoon?
Train.
and Dora the Explorer.
They liked
Oh
Dora.
yeah, I liked Dora.
There's some, I think they fell in love with
there are
travel.
some. I
because
think
of
when you
Dora.
say cartoon, though, I think of like, to your point, the ones that aren't a big favorite.
Like
For
Looney
some
Tunes
reason,
or-
South Park came to mind,
Oh, so you're thinking
which is
like
certainly
a-
not like an
Well,
edge.
okay, so your kids shouldn't be watching South Park.
And they're
just to be
certainly
clear.
not. But that's what I thought of when you
Yeah, Family
said
Guy, these
cartoon,
kinds of
like,
more
yeah,
inappropriate.
yeah.
Like there's
the
certain
adult
ones that
ones.
I
The
like
Simpsons,
are yay.
like some of those. would be
Okay,
an
but
A.
generally nay on cartoons.
No, I don't think there's like a
I don't
large
think there was
following
enough
that I'm like, I love.
specificity in your
This is
question
a
Agreed.
this is
I
a
don't like
to
this
tough,
allow
question.
us to answer
Throw
that
that
one.
question
out.
That was
Tough
too
crowd.
open-ended.
Next question.
it's a
No
tough-
offense
tough-
to the
tough
person who
crowd.
created it, because we love her. But next one.
All right, wow. So so on the snow on the on
Oh,
the
God,
snow
we're like those
on the snow
least fun
day,
guests ever.
whatever you do, don't drink peppermint mocha and watch cartoons. It's a
Well, it depends on what
disaster
you
of a day
watch.
right there.
Don't watch. What
We're gonna watch Bob Ross paint.
SpongeBob.
All right. So maybe this is just too general for you, but let's talk about ice skating.
Yeah, yay.
Yay, ice skating.
Yay.
Yay, ice skating.
Yeah.
Okay. Why yay?
My youngest plays hockey. My oldest played hockey. I love watching hockey. I do not ice skate.
Okay.
I was stepped on with a skate when I was little,
Oof, it sounds painful.
and I had 10 stitches
Oh,
oh.
my.
through my wrist.
Okay, so
Oh.
dark
Nay,
memories.
personally. Yay for the world.
Okay.
I have-
Marybeth, yay or nay for ice skating? You say
Yay.
yay, and
Yeah,
why?
I have good memories of going on Friday nights with my dad and my sister ice skating.
In Brockton?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What's
Going
the
fun.
where do you skate?
ACF rink right behind Brockton High.
Open skate? Did they have like a disco
Open
ball and
skate.
Was it a
lights
pond?
and
No. It was like a rink, like a
Oh,
community.
like a
Oh.
community rink.
what about
community
roller
rink.
skating?
Yeah. I
Roller-
liked roller skating too.
And roller skating for you?
Yay.
too?
Yeah.
Yay. Did you cut yourself with that?
No, I did not come.
No.
I'm a little clumsy, but no, not that.
I used to like the concept of roller skating, but I couldn't do it. I still can't do
You
it.
can't
with
like
those-
shoot the duck.
I'm not even sure what that means. To shoot a duck.
I know what shoot
You
the
know
duck
what I
is.
mean?
I
Okay.
do.
Shoot a duck?
I do.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You like get down on one leg and the one leg sticks straight
One
out
sticks out.
while you're crouched down and you're rolling.
It sounds like a stunt.
It is. It's
It's
a
not
bit
really
of
a
a
stunt.
stunt.
It's
No,
just
no,
like
I'm
something you did when you went to the roller skating.
No shooting of
Place.
ducks. What I used to do was hold on to the rail.
Oh, no.
Just let me finish. And I would pull myself around the side of the
I feel
rail.
like you were bullied as a child. I feel like I was your bully.
the place was called Happy Wheels.
Oh.
Happy Wheels, but it wasn't very happy for me there. But I did like to go there and hang out. And I remember when they would this music would come on, and then the disco ball in the center
Yep.
and the lights. It was really great. I just wanted to be able to do those crisscross.
They always
Yeah.
smell
Skating
like
moves, I
stale
thought.
popcorn, though.
They always
Like a
did.
roller rink always smells like stale popcorn.
It's true.
It's the carpet, I think.
It's true. I wish I could do that. And I could skate better than I can roller skate, but I don't ice skate well either. So, and that's kind of disappointing to the French Canadian
I
community.
was just going to say, how do the Canadians feel about that?
not so well.
Not so
you know.
much.
I should be, given my namesake, I should be a hockey player and
Mhm.
an exceptional skater. I'm neither of those things. So, okay. All right. Math. Yay or nay, math?
Marilyn Burns will tell you I had math phobia as a child. I still sort of do.
You do?
Mhm.
Okay. How do you feel? Well,
I don't know about math. I like math. I don't know.
All right.
I was just horrible at it, so I can't. But now I get it. Like
Okay.
as a teacher, I learned how to teach it, so I
Mhm.
get it now. And
Same. Ditto.
nobody ever taught me like that, so it
So
was
maybe-
very like right or wrong.
So maybe math taught in a way that makes practical application of it
Much better.
is much better, right?
Mhm.
As opposed to just doing it. There's always a feeling of success though when you get the problem right.
Yes.
But generally, the feeling of having letters and numbers all together in the same equations invokes a little bit of fear.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our last question of this yay or nay game, and you both did terribly with this game. Really was rough. It was rough. Rough.
Was it?
A little bit.
I thought we were a
Little
little
bit.
fun. No.
It was fun. It was fun though. But I was surprised on the answers. Google Docs.
Nay.
Google Docs.
Nay.
Nay.
Yes. I'm a Microsoft gal.
Oh.
No, yay.
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 Yay. Why?
Why?
Mm.
I couldn't collaborate without Google Docs.
Oh yeah, so you use Microsoft solutions for that.
I think if you
If I could
were
go back to day
highly
one
skilled.
of Google Docs, I'd be a much happier person because I would be organized.
Okay.
Like when you come to Framingham and you're a Google Doc person, but you were like I was a Microsoft in my last district, and I came here and I was like, this is awful. And now I'm like, oh, if I had known now, would I know
So
then?
I'm going to say, though, I think people perfected their game during COVID.
Agreed.
So whatever tools you used during COVID, you became really comfortable and skilled at.
Mhm.
And that's why I have a love affair with Microsoft,
Mm.
because my workflow was so great.
Mm.
All right, well, strong opinions. I enjoy working with you every single day. I learn something from you both. So thank you for taking time to share a little bit about behind the scenes of our curriculum work in the district. So for those who are watching, thanks for tuning into the Bobcast, learning a little bit about curriculum and instruction, and learning a little bit about some of the yays and nays of interest of your personal interests around some of these topics related to snow days and reading and the smell of peppermint mocha. And so thank you everybody for watching, for tuning in, listening to the Bobcast. This is an opportunity for us to always sort of take topics of interest that might be on people's minds and bring them to the fore. And it really is great to spend time with everybody and always great to have guests in studio with me. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.